The Reptile Club. There were so many clubs at Rory's new school, but none of them seemed right for him. The Astronaut Club was too intimidating. The Prancing Unicorn Club was too frilly. The Extra Homework Club was just not as much fun as Roy thought it would be. "Why don't you start your own club?" suggested his mom. "Make it something that you love," said his dad. Roy loved deep-fried pickles, corduroy pants, and singing in the shower. But what he loved most, Roy loved reptiles. So the next day, Roy handed out Reptile Club posters and flyers. No one seemed interested though, but he didn't care. He knew that someone shared his passion for reptiles, and he could not wait to meet them. When the lunch bell rang, Roy set out his plastic reptile collection and the lemon-shaped cookies that him and his dad baked the night before. Then he sat and waited for his fellow reptile enthusiasts to come. Roy waited and waited and waited. Just when he thought that no one was going to show up, he heard whispering in the hallway. Heart thumping, he went and hurried over to see who was there. For a long moment, Roy just stared at the crocodile and anaconda and gecko, and they just stared at him. Then the crocodile cleared his throat and said, "Is this where the Reptile Club is meeting?" "Yes," said Roy. "Awesome," said the crocodile. "My name is Raoul. I will sweat through my mouth." "My name is Miriam," said the anaconda. "I weigh 514 pounds and could swallow you in one bite." "My name is Pierre," squeaked the gecko. "I have no eyelids, so I have to lick my eyeballs to keep them moist." "Nice to meet you all," Roy said. "My name is Roy. I sweat through my armpits. I can swallow a hot dog in one bite, and I would give anything to be able to lick my eyeballs." Everybody laughed. Once the new club members were comfortably settled, they talked about their favorite reptiles. "My favorite reptile is my Aunt Gladys, because even though she tried to eat me shortly after I hatched, she always gives me terrific birthday presents," said Raoul. "Carla the chameleon is my favorite reptile, because she is the world's funniest practical joker," said Miriam. "My favorite reptile is my friend Jamal, because one time I accidentally ripped off his tail, and he forgave me even before it grew back," said Pierre. Next, the new club members shared reptile facts. "It is a fact that the grouchiest tortoise I ever met was 174 years old," said Raoul. "It is a fact I adore Rocky Rodent ice cream," said Miriam. "It is a fact that I think Barry the lizard is a big show-off," snuffed Perry. Roy and his fellow club members spent the rest of the meeting playing and eating cookies. When the other kids returned from lunch and saw what the Reptile Club was all about, they could not wait to join. At first, Raoul, Miriam, and Pierre didn't want the mammals into the club. Then Roy pointed out that he was a mammal, and also that it wasn't nice to be prejudiced against others just because they had hair and could regulate their body temperature. After that, the reptiles agreed to welcome the mammals with open forelimbs. They came up with a new password and handshake. They went on hikes to see local wildlife. They played games. And guess what I just ate? Never in the history of the world had mammals and reptiles have gotten along. Then one day in late autumn, Raoul said the words that Roy had been both dreading and expecting. "It's time for us reptiles to go. Some of us will hibernate," said Miriam. "The rest of us will go south," said Pierre. "Why?" cried Rory's class. "Because winter is coming and reptiles can't tolerate the cold," explained Rory. Raoul shook Rory's hand and promised he'd never forget him. Miriam hugged Rory tight and told him that no mammal had ever understood her so well. Pierre licked Rory's right eyeball and thanked him for everything. One by one, the reptiles said goodbye forever. That winter, not one of Rory's classmates quit the Reptile Club, partly because they became reptile enthusiasts, but mostly it was because they became Rory's friends. Rory appreciated their loyalty, but even he had to admit that without Raoul and the others, the Reptile Club's meetings just weren't the same. That is why one warm day in early spring, Rory had an idea. "I think it's time for a new club." "A dinosaur club. Hope everybody has a good day. Bye," from Miss Courtney.